The entire country is in shock to what is happening in Sandeshkhali. Two Dalit women have claimed that they have been raped. They have been taken out of their homes and raped by TMC goon and TMC leader Sheikh Shahjahan. Sheikh Shahjahan recently came to the news when apparently his goons beaten up the ED official reached at his house. To discuss this important issue, I'm joined by two political activists. I'm joined by Devjani Bhattacharya, who writes for Organiser, and she's a columnist. By Deepta Sajash. He's a political activist and he's also a consultant. Thank you to both of you for joining us today. Deepta, I would like to come to you first and understand who is this guy? Who is Sheikh Shahjahan? And how come this person has become so important in the politics of West Bengal?
Yeah. So before you understand who is this guy, we need to understand what is happening there. Okay. First of all, what is happening there, it is not a recent phenomena or it has not started recently. This is I am categorically, I am telling this, it is a design to change the demography of the Sundarban area. And it has started from mid 80s in the left front regime. And this Sheikh Shahjahan guy, he came into picture around late 90s. Okay. So before coming to politics, he was a cleaner in a truck, and then he joined CPIM that time. Till 2011, he was with CPIM, and then he came to TMC. So now, if you ask me what is happening there, this is as when I said that it is a design to change the demography, there are four stages of it. One is to increase the number with illegal immigrants, and this area, it is a riverine border with Bangladesh, which cannot be fenced and a very complicated geographical area. So like there are few allegations came earlier also against this guy that like he is giving shelter to the illegal Rohingyas who are coming there. Then next is the next part of the design to change the demography is the grabbing of the land. You see that in Sandeshkhali, the complaint is not about harassing or molesting the women or uh, raising the any like any illegal activities against a woman. It is about land grabbing also. These
Right.
people are mostly Janjati people, and their land is secured under ST Act. So their land cannot be taken away. It cannot be sold or it cannot be purchased. So you see, the allegation is that they have grabbed their land forcefully. That is the second stage. Now, when you have a significant number, you have used politics as a tool to gain power, and you have grabbed the land and the property. That means you have took over the economy as well. Now is the third part before the final and fourth stage is to terrorize the society. And as a woman, like it is the most easiest way to terrorize a society is to terrorize their women or to terrorize them about their women. So this Sheikh Shahjahan guy actually leads all this activity. Okay. Now you can say that what is Mamta Banerjee is gaining from this. That's why like she is giving so open support to him. This now after 2014, the land border with Bangladesh and West Bengal is pretty much closed. The smuggling network is pretty much closed down and nothing can be done. So now they are using this Sundarban, this riverine border, for all kind of illegal activities. It is smuggling of weapons, smuggling of drug, smuggling of cash, fake currency, human trafficking, woman trafficking, and I have heard this route is being used for trafficking of human organs also. And this guy, he has the entire control of this smuggling network. So it is very much possible and it is very obvious that those who are top in the power, in the top of the ladder, they are having some interest. in his activity, and somehow they are getting benefited due to his activity, all this illegal activity. So that's why this guy is so important that Mamata Banerjee is not at all ready to arrest this person. Because if he gets arrested, there is a case by ED, and which I do not have the details, but there is a high possibility that the case is related to Hawala network and illegal smuggling of money. Then, if he goes in the hand of ED, he may spill the beans, and many powerful people can get into trouble. That's why he is so important for Mamata Banerjee that he is someone who cannot get arrested.
Okay, Devjani ji, if I'll come to you, in your Twitter videos also, you have said that, the real objective is not just Gundagardi. The real objective of this whole thing is different. What are your thoughts on it? Like, yeah, what is the real objective?
Yeah, actually, I will start from where Diktasho ended. That he has very rightly pointed out to change the demography of Sundarban areas. Here, we need to have a historical perspective of the state of West Bengal. When West Bengal, after partition, population exchange was on between India and Pakistan. But population exchange between West Pakistan was almost completed by beginning of 1950. But it was not completed with the East Pakistan part. It was still going on. But at that point of time, a particular agreement between Nehruji and the then Pakistan Prime Minister Liaquat Ali, a particular agreement was signed. We all know Nehru Liaquat Agreement. It was signed and came into being in April 1950. So, population exchange was halted. So, between East Pakistan and West Bengal, complete exchange of population couldn't happen. However, before the partition, the Muslim League had the agenda of annexing the undivided Bengal to Pakistan. That was their agenda. And the Communist Party was supporting their agenda, and they also orchestrated in the direction of Muslim League. So, but it was Shama Prasad Mukherjee's efforts that we finally got a land for the Hindus of Bengal. So we got West Bengal for us. But after the creation of West Bengal in 1951 census, the percentage presence of Muslims in West Bengal was around an 18%. We got it. But when the communists came to power in West Bengal, they were perhaps continuing to do the undone job of Muslim League. They wanted to change the demography of whole West Bengal, which couldn't be done at the time of partition because we got a Hindu homeland, homeland for the Hindus of Bengal, undivided Bengal. But it was not so. Communists, after they came to power in 1977, actually the communists were actually ruling the state, creating their impact on the grounds of the state from, to be precise, from 1940s, from the decades of 1940s. So when they finally came into power, they tried by all means to change the demography. So this infiltration network along the border of West Bengal has the longest border between Bangladesh and West Bengal, between an Islamic country and an Indian state. West Bengal shares the longest border. Even Jammu Kashmir and Pakistan border is 1200 kilometers. While between Bangladesh and West Bengal, we have almost a 2300, 2216, something like that. So, along this whole border, during the CPM regime, infiltration industry is a full-fledged industry, as Diptasho said, and they come here. There's a full racket. Here comes the role of people like Sheikh Shah Jahan. It is reported, it has been reported by the media also, that ED has had the news that he is in his house. He was left with hoards of cash as well as arms. Because if you hear the allegations of the women of Sandeshkhali, They are saying that he used to threaten them with arms. And if we refer back to 2019 incident when Sheikh Shah Jahan was allegedly murdered seven people, seven karyakartas of BJP, then also the same allegation, AK-47 and Rohingyas, etc. So his possession, he has arms, and ED reportedly had the news that in his house there are hordes of arms also, and that is the reason why he had to do that, attack the ED officials. And very interestingly, on the same day, which Bengal media didn't report very prominently, on the same day, the 5th of January, there was an NIA raid at Gaighata Food Department office. Gaighata is very much, again, not 24 Parganas. If you look into the geography of West Bengal, it is Sheikh Shah Jahan's area of operation. And the NIA raid happened at Gaighata Food Department in relation to human trafficking case. So we can understand that ED went to Shah Jahan's place to raid in relation to the ration scam. And NIA went to Gaighata Food Department office in relation to the human trafficking case. So Shah Jahan knows it the best that these are very interwoven scams. This human trafficking, it is also in the public domain. Reportedly, he went to Myanmar also to bring in Rohingyas. So the question is, when he brings in Rohingyas, whether he brings in his arms also with them. So such questions are arising because NIA recently has also charge sheeted three Myanmar nationals who are reportedly working in India in collusion with touts, various touts. So it is very much possible that Shah Jahan Sheikh was very much aware that if ED people comes, then a Pandora's box will open. So it is very difficult. If he gets arrested, truly a Pandora's box will open. And the as we can understand that the ruling dispensation and this the administration of West Bengal. It is very interesting that the administration of West Bengal goes side by side with Sheikh Shah Jahan. Not only Mamta Banerjee or his her own nephew. It is not only they who go side by side, but the administration. Like after the incident of murder in uh, in 2019, immediately within a month's time of the murder, Sheikh Shah Jahan's panchayat got the best child-friendly panchayat award. And who recommended his panchayat's name to the Bharat Sarkar? Definitely the topmost brass of the West Bengal government. They recommended his panchayat to be the best child-friendly panchayat of the state. And he got that award also. Now, how can you recommend a panchayat, the pradhan of whom, which is allegedly involved in heinous murders, in such murderous crimes, but you award that panchayat? And then that person gets the award, and right now the allegation is that in that area all the playgrounds of the children are being taken away, as Diptashu said, that land grab. Because if you want to alter the demography, then you want to capture the lands and properties of the existing lands and properties as per the design, the known design. So they are now grabbing the lands, the playgrounds of children also. And they are saying to children not to go to the school, but to work in the political venture of Shah Jahan and all these,
Hmm.
his accomplices. So
Hmm.
a child-friendly panchayat is grabbing the children's playground. A child-friendly panchayat is asking children not to study. So this proves the nexus, the politico-bureaucratic criminal nexus that exists. And that is the reason why the women are saying unequivocally that they are maximum threatened by the policemen. Because here you can't like during the left rule, the police was an extension of the ruling party.
Hmm.
But in this time, the police is the ruling party. That is the difference. Earlier, it was extension. Means your main supply line is different. You get an extension cord. But right now,
Hmm.
police is TMC. So
Devjani ji,
women,
I'll come
what
back to you
I
on this police threat thing. I wanted to ask the Tasra ji about this, that how this nexus actually works in West Bengal, and how this nexus is actually profiting Mamata Banerjee, because she's clearly supporting all her goons. So how this nexus is helping her in her political battle?
So, see, here you need to understand few things. Like I will, before I tell you how it is helping, I will give you some data. There are few, I will take the name of few assembly where in recent times we have seen riots due to this demography change. In 2000, between 2011 to 2021 in Deganga, the voter has been increased by lakhs, by 1 lakhs. In Baduria, the voter at the same time has been increased by 50,000. Between 2009 to 2019, the Sandeshkhali comes under Basirat Lok Sabha. That Lok Sabha saw an increase of 5 lakh voters. Okay. And then in South 24 Pargana, which is also part of Sundarban, there in Bhangor, it has been noticed that 60,000 voter has been increased within 5 year span. Similarly, the same situation is Joynagar, Mograhat, all these areas. And all these areas, you may think that we are living in Delhi or Mumbai or Calcutta, we may think that 50,000, 60,000 is not a very big number. It is just a small, it is very normal to get 50 per thousand people get increased in any area of Kolkata. But these are the area which is a very remote place and a very rural place. So here, if you get 500 people also get increased within 5 years, that is also a big number. So, and I will tell you some more data, like between 1981 to 2011, the population of the population growth rate in both in South 24 Pargana and in North 24 Pargana is around 2.68%. Whereas in 1971, when a huge number of refugees came to Bengal and they mainly came to these two 24 Parganas and Nodia, that time also the growth rate of the population in these two districts was around 2.99%. Whereas these two districts is having the one of the lowest birth rate, one of the lowest TFR rate in India, which is less than 1.5%. So you cannot, if you put it in a mathematical model, you cannot match the data. Like you cannot match the population growth rate with the TFR data or with the crude rate data. So there has been an increase. Now, as a result of that, only in these two districts, there are around 26 blocks where Hindus are dangerously minority, means below 20%. So now what Mamata Banerjee is thinking, like Sheikh Shahjahan, with by not arresting him, he want to give a message to to her 30%, 32% vote bank that see, I am all for you. Whatever you do, I will not take any action. This is your country. You need not to oblige to any law of the land. You can do whatever. And then her calculation is that I have this 32% ensured and I will get another 10-12% from the Mahila voters. So it is M plus M. And that is the calculation, it is going on her mind. And that's why she is hell bent not to arrest Sheikh Shahjahan, because she need that 32%, so that with another 10-12% or 8 to 10%, she touches 40% around, and then she maintain her government in West Bengal. She keep her government stable in West Bengal. That's her idea. Another thing that is playing out after demonetization and after all this ED raid, like now you are not being able to do any scam in Manrega, food scam, which is a huge scam. Like you see this guy, Jyotipriya Malik, he alone only got, like he alone only siphoned 20,000 crore rupees outside India through Hawala network. Then recruitment scam, all this now they are not being able to run as freely as they were doing it. Anubrata Mondal, another source of money. You need to understand, like Anubrata Mondal, Sheikh Sajahan, all of them are their source of money, source of income for TMC. And if you remember, there is a Rajya Sabha MP, Dola Sen, in one public meeting, she has very clearly said that whatever you do, we do not bother. Just you need to make sure 25% you keep with you and 75% you need to give it to the party. So now when in an election year in 2024, Mamata Banerjee is eyeing big in Delhi. She has an aspiration of becoming the PM in case there is no clear majority on for any party. So she need this money to run the election. And for what is her election model? Don't allow people to cast their vote. You have seen that in this Sandeshkhali also, the women are saying that we have never been allowed to vote. So there is no point of having any BJP or RSS in Sandeshkhali because we have never been allowed to vote. We have never been allowed to do any opposition, any other political party than doing TMC. So that is the money that she need. So that is the basically nexus going on. And I will tell you one more interesting fact. Debjaniji pointed out that in 2019, after the Lok Sabha election result, as few family members, Hindu family, they casted their vote without listening to Sheikh Shahjahan, and they casted it in favor of BJP. So Sheikh Shahjahan and his Rohingya gang killed those 7 guys. Pradeep Mandal was shooted out from point blank range to his eyes. 5 bodies could not be found. That time, Calcutta High Court handed over the case to CID to probe it. Within 1 month, Sheikh Shahjahan was the #1 accused in the FIR filed by Pradeep Mandal's wife. Within 1 month, CID declared that Sheikh Shahjahan is innocent, he has no involvement. And do you know who was the additional director of CID? Is the current DG. Rajiv Kumar was the additional director of the CID at that time. And in December, he had to flee. So now you understand this whole lawlessness,
Right.
it is actually by a design. The
Hmm.
design is that if the common people, and there is a, like, you can say it is a weakness, but it is actually the Hindu, they never goes against the integrity of the nation. They respect the law of the land. They respect the constitution. That's why they are always hesitant to take the law in their own hand. So they will always look at the police or the administration to take action if anything wrong is happening to them. So then if the police himself is in ally with Sheikh Shahjahan, like you see today, they have started arresting the journalist. Just
Right.
before joining your session, I came to know that they have arrested one journalist who was covering the news there. So, and then what are the, what is the allegation that is coming in? It is very grievous in nature. I don't know how it is not an urgent matter to many authorities, but you see, one woman is saying that her daughter gone missing, and till date she is missing. When she went to file a complaint to the police asked her to get a superish from Sheikh Shahjahan or Shibu Hajra or from Uttam Sardar alias Noor Alam. Then if she can get a superish from them, then only police will file the complaint. So
Hmm.
this whole lawlessness is actually a design to terrorize the society, to terrorize the Hindus there, so that they are forced to vacate that land. They are forced to go out of those areas, and then they will capture the whole land, and then come the fourth stage where they will give the call for separation, and the separatist activity will start.
Devjani ji, we were talking about, how these goons they have police protection. So that means that Sandesh Khali is not, there's just not one Sandesh Khali happening in West Bengal. There must be others also.
Yeah, actually, others, there are a lot of Sandesh Khalis. Here, the Sandesh Khali women took around a month's time. If you see, Sheikh Shah Jahan had been absconding on 5th January, and the women of Sandesh Khali hit the streets on 7th February. So they took this time to gather courage to hit the street because Shah Jahan is not there. And that's exactly what I am saying repeatedly, that Uttam Sardar, Shibu Hajra means the other accomplices of Shah Jahan, they were still there. But in spite of that, the women could go on the street and they arsoned the Uttam Sardar's poultry farm also, simply because Shah Jahan is not there. Because he is the terror mind, mastermind there in the various other places of West Bengal. Because I have worked on post-poll violence data. This is
Hmm.
the very pattern in West Bengal. Everywhere it has happened. And if you see the reports by different fact finding committee and the NHRC and then GIA, Manika Aroraji's organization went and collected a lot of data from the ground. If you see the data, then Daravna hai. It is it is reportedly 7,000 women, and they said that many people are not opening the mouth. The same thing Rekha Sharma ji had said very today. She said that we do not know whether the mountains are being turned into molehills or not. This is the reverse way. We say that making mountains of molehills, the reverse way. That is exactly what she said. That to her, very today, two direct allegations of rape has come and 20 allegations of molestation has come, and grave molestation. Many women are not saying many things, and this is the design everywhere. In all those places, like saying Diamond Harbour, in during the post-poll period, they said that whosoever has on their house, atop their house, whosoever fluttered the Bhagwa would be targeted. So this is a pattern, and this is what is happening everywhere, and that is why Sandesh Khali could come up because Shah Jahan eventually he went absconding. But in various places of West Bengal along the border, if you start right from north to south, different areas along the border is having the same situation. And one more thing, बंगाल में तो काम का तो बहुत opportunities, a lot of opportunities for works and professions are not there,
Hmm.
and the government is giving them some kind of dole like Lokhi Bhandar and these different sorts of welfare schemes. So kind of, I do not know, that is how I perceive. The government perhaps thinks because these people have nowhere to go, because these people have no other place to earn from. So we are giving them this dole so we can do anything and everything with them. That is perhaps what. And if you see the number of the women trafficking number, right now Maharashtra is coming first, but last year also West Bengal came first. And many women of Sandesh Khali are saying that their girls are missing. So we can easily understand. Like I think it turned into a hellhole. I mean, West Bengal already turned into a hellhole. And I think what I also have tweeted, and I really believe that immediately certain measures that the union government can consider to take, such as stopping enrollment of new Aadhaar for anyone who is above 5 years of age. Because again, if I refer back to the news of 9th January, then UPATS had arrested some Abu Saleh Mondol. He was actually the trustee director of two very big madrasas. Again, those two are also located in Sheikh Shahjahan's area of operation in Harua and all. Jyoti Priya Mollik Sheikh Shahjahan area of operation. Both the madrasas are located there. And this man was also again in the trafficking network of people. He also makes Aadhaar and then PAN cards and all these documents. So this is already, it already turned malignant. So certain things like new enrollment of Aadhaar. If we really stop that, if the union government really stops it, then new entrants, those who are coming, I mean, like Sheikh Shah Jahan won't take even 48 hours to fill up Sandeshkhali. If what is his objective? To get rid of the Janjatiya Hindus. If they leave, and I just saw a video in some media channel who are saying that earlier we also used to stay there, but these days we can't tolerate, we can't take that terror anymore. So we don't, we have left our house there and we have come and stay in a different place. So people are leaving that place, and that is their objective. They are terrorize the women, oppress them so that they leave the place and they can capture. So I think certain things, certain steps should be taken. And we can also see how even like even at the judicial level, people don't think that these are very serious issues. Even
Right.
the topmost judiciary, even the Calcutta High Court, they also, as if it's not that serious. And it's a turn. I tell you, Sonamji, this infiltration industry is feeding whole India. It is not only feeding West Bengal. As I said, that the top brass of West Bengal administration, the Tasha said that
Mm.
Rajiv Kumar was there. You will find a few, and very interestingly, you have seen that one lady went to the Basirhat Lower Division Court and said, gave her declaration that she was after that Shibu Hajra was arrested, right? And immediately after that, the DIG of Barasat, DIG Barasat Police District, Sumit Kumar, he was transferred, and someone brought in some other person, Bhaskar Mukherjee IPS, is brought in as again DIG Barasat. This is the SP, this is the IPS who was there in Birbhum when coal smuggling was going on. He was SP Barasat the time last year November when NIA raid happened at Barasat regarding human trafficking case. And now again he is in Barasat because Sumit Kumar got, perhaps because I do not know, this is my how I perceive, because the lady could go to the court and give her declaration, got her declaration recorded. Perhaps that is the reason why Sumit Kumar had to go, and this well-known face, trust toward the Mamata Banerjee's trust toward the IPS Bhaskar Mukherjee has come back to the place, the IG Barashat now. So Sheikh Shahjahan won't be arrested. I think certain things has to be done. Judiciary only can help. I don't think West Bengal can be helped by the administration. It cannot be helped.
Uh, you're right there, Devjani ji, because today only Supreme Court said that the matter is not as serious as Manipur and there is no need of their intervention in CBI inquiry. Coming back to you, Deep Tasya, I wanted to know that, how the geography really helps in this infiltration. This happens because obviously there is BSF, but the infiltration is still happening. So how Mamata Banerjee's goons, how they create a system over there so that infiltration takes place and that ultimately helps in changing the demography of the state.
See, the geography is as such, like the Sundarban. Sundarban is spread over both West Bengal in India and in Bangladesh. And this whole area is a very complicated geography. It is like a spider web of river. This whole area is a riverine border. Okay, there are like uncounted number of rivers which is spread across India and Bangladesh. Okay, the whole forest, the whole notified area is actually spread over across India and Bangladesh. So this area cannot be fenced. there are core areas of Sundarban, which is habitat of the like tigers and crocodiles and many other uh, animals. So you cannot put a BSF patrolling over there. Coast Guard, you cannot put, because these are so small rivers, network of so small river, that you cannot take a speedboat or like a launch like that. These are only like by the our local boat. It is that is the only mode of transportation. So when the geography is so complicated, obviously there will be some lapses in the security. So that is being used, and then these are all like small islands. The Sandeshkhali, Jeliakhali, all of these are like small islands. Okay, and like there is no bridge or nothing. It is only connected by the ferries. So these are like quite cut off from the mainland. So that is they are using to their advantage, bringing in doing human trafficking. I can tell you, like, it is my assumption. I am not sure though. Like, see, in food scam case, ED has arrested 4 or 5 persons who are related to forex exchange. Now, what they were doing, they were sending the money through Howler network to outside India. Now, it is my assumption only. It may be a case these forex dealers, they were converting the rupees into dollar. Then that dollar was actually getting transported by Sheikh Shahjahan gang through the Sundarban rivers to Bangladesh. And then from Bangladesh, it was getting invested in Dubai or Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, any other countries. So that can be a possibility. So that is how this geography is being used to their advantage.
So is Mamata Banerjee, is she clearly giving a call for Hindu genocide?
Um, this is so very difficult question because it is so very evident that I mean there is no in Bengal right now the politics became so obnoxious. It is so much evident. I have written, I have sent that write up to organizer. This slogan "Thala Hobe." It's a very wrong slogan because if you go, apparently it's a very harmless slogan. People think they are saying "Thala Hobe," but every time they invaded women, I would say invaded. They invaded actually. They terrorized women. This is kind of rape terror. They rape terrorized women and then sloganeered Thala Hobe. It is I would say it's a secular version of an existing slogan, which I do not want to take name, but it's a secular version of the same. Partha Bhomik, there is one minister of Mamata Banerjee's, right now he is the irrigation minister. Partha Bhomik had gone to Sandeshkhali on 14th February. वहां पर जाके he didn't care to meet the women at all, but he addressed a public rally. And there the first thing he said, absolutely in a very awkward, hissing sound, he said, Thala Hobe. Means he asked the crowd, Thala Hobe. And the crowd is awkwardly jubilant. They said yes. So this Thala Hobe is a very wrong slogan. And during post-poll violence also they used it in a very, so whatever is happening in Bengal, if not physical genocide, as you see, there are a high number of political murders, such a great number of political murders we know. But if you see the NCRB report, NCRB reported there is no political murder in Bengal because they didn't report it. The administration, the police didn't report NCRB, so NCRB said there is no political murder. So if we don't call these political murders genocide, if we don't call them, if we just call them murders, then the other way around, I mean, by means of oppression of the women, they are trying to change the demography. Like if I retain a woman with me for 3-4 days, and if I oppress her, then something happens. Maybe, like, say, if the woman gets impregnated, what happens? I mean, within 3-4 days, if someone cannot take some, I mean, like, say, if I want to take some pills for unwanted pregnancy, but if I cannot get that scope before 4-5 days, because it has been reported right now that there is one within the fishing lakes, there are rooms of Sheikh Shah Jahan. I mean, in such a place, as Diptashu was saying, there is only riverine. So deep into the river, deep into the fishing lake, absolutely detached from the main landmass, there is a room, and you take women there. I mean, what kind of, this is hellhole. But see, Supreme Court says it is not as important as Manipur. So what is Supreme Court wanting? They want another Manipur in Bengal. What should we understand? Until and unless Bengal becomes another Manipur, it is, I feel very down. I really feel depressed. During post-poll violence also, I really had fallen sick. I told it also in different programs that I had really fallen sick. It is really sickening. One cannot imagine things that is really happening on the ground. And Mamta Banerjee says that she also has given a package. I mean, 40,000. If the woman is married, then unmarried, this is the amount. If married, this is the amount. So what does it mean? It means, since the women are poor, since West Bengal is jobless, since West Bengal doesn't have scopes of employment, and since the women and West Bengal is dependent on whatever dole I will give, so I can do whatever I want to them. This is the, and in that area where the Pasha is referring to again and again, that particular riverine area, there was a proposal of making a port at Kagdip. Kagdip is at South 24 Parganas, very near to Sandeshkhali. There was proposal to make a port, a deep sea port. It's a very good place. But Mamta is not agreed, because once there's a port, then all this nonsense will stop. Because the moment economic activities will come in, then all this nonsense, this crime economy will stop, will cease to exist. But Mamta Banerjee doesn't want a port to come up at Kagdip. So West Bengal is in really bad shape. Something has to be done for this state. It is not in anymore in the situation of discussing about it. Right now, we need to do for this state. We need to. It's time for action. That's what I feel. For as far as women are concerned, it is beyond my capability to discuss about them. They are in hell. That is.
Sonamji, I can tell you one thing.
Hmm.
I have stayed, I will not disclose the name where I have stayed. I have stayed in one of the place in Sundarban for 15 days. Okay, in one of my friend's house. What you are hearing now, the allegation that's are coming up, it is just tip of the iceberg. There are so grievous allegations, those there are so horrific incident has has happened or happening each and every day. I cannot tell it publicly. If I tell it publicly, people will say that I am trying to sensitize the issue and I am lying because I cannot give any proof. And one thing you understand, there is a legal point also that their target was mainly the married woman. Okay. Now you see how dubious is this plan. You see, one side the allegations are coming that unmarried girls, they are getting missing and police is not ready to take any action. So if I now say, so there are two parts. One is that they are targeting the unmarried girls for women trafficking. They're selling out. And one more thing now, since India is so strict about women trafficking, so this women trafficking route has changed. Earlier, women were being trafficked from Bangladesh or Nepal or Bhutan to India. and then they were sending to Pune or Mumbai or Delhi and via Mumbai to Dubai, like that. But now this route has been changed. Now they are being trafficked to Bangladesh, from Bangladesh to Myanmar, and then from Myanmar to Thailand, and from there Thailand to Indonesia, Vietnam, Dubai, to all over the world. So this is the now new traffic route. Okay, so you see, one is that unmarried girls are getting missing. So we can, and when police is not ready to take in that complaint, any missing FIR or missing complaint, lodging any missing complaint, so there is some women trafficking angle, and then they are raping the married woman. Now, you see, there is a legal point. You see that State Women Commission, when they went there, Papia Sultana, one of the officer, she asked for the medical report from the woman. Now, you see, first of all, this has happened for a long time. So obviously that, and when police is not ready to take any complaint, obviously there will not be any medical report. And
Right.
now they are basically trying to put the onus on the woman, that the woman has to prove that she has got raped. So it is nothing less than an Islamic republic like Iran or so, that if you allege that someone has raped you, you need to
You
bring
are
in 10
supposed to prove
witness,
it. Yeah.
10 witness along with you. So it is going in that same direction actually.
Mm.
So it is like, I don't know whether we should wait to be West Bengal to become Manipur, and then only we do something and we will order some
Yes, yes,
judicial inquiry and like that. But
yes.
what is happening
And
in West Bengal today, it can happen in any place of India tomorrow if it is not being stopped at this moment.
या इन भारतीय न्याय संहिता जो हमने मतलब अभी जो आया है,
Mm.
in that schedule, in that law, legal provisions, it is not at all necessary. A medical report is not at all necessary for a rape complaint. But still, Papia Sultana, 2015 batch IPS, she asked for a medical report. Right now, it is not required. A woman goes and registers her complaints is enough. But still, as like it is awkward. And I always say that if we see Bengal, then we can understand what is the worst that is happening, that is awaiting us, the other states. Because if they can capture Bengal, as I said, that they had the Muslim League had the agenda to annex the undivided Bengal. So that is how they are trying to change the demography, impregnating the women. I mean, even if the woman is Hindu, I will impregnate her. So that is, to be precise, that is the policy. But even if they do it, say for example, argument that they are successful, would they stop at Bengal? Not at all.
So, last question for you, Devdatya ji.
Mhm.
It took these women more than a month to finally speak up, and then they were asked for proofs. Do you see a hope for them? Is
I
there some
will, I
hope in
will, I will, I will, I will take 5 minutes to answer this. See,
it?
adjacent to this area, Sandeshkhali, there was another area, there is another area, Sonakhali. Okay.
Mm.
There was a CPIM goon who was like, actually, Sheikh Sajan is carrying that legacy, Icha Laskar. Now, this Icha Laskar, what he used to do, like in Sonakhali, the Hindus were not allowed to celebrate any of their rituals until and unless they pay a fee or penalty to Ichalaskar, and they get a permission from Ichalaskar. So one family, they were celebrating Jamai Sashti, which is like a celebration for the son-in-law, where the son-in-law law come to their in-laws house, and then the in-laws celebrate that. So they were celebrating that without the permission of Ichalaskar. Ichalaskar killed 15 members of that family. Okay. There was a roster made by Ichalaskar that from which house, which woman will go and serve him or his gang on which day. Then, like, there was a rule. He has made a rule that anyone getting married, the newly married wife, first should be sent to Ichalaskar. Ichalaskar will decide for how long he will keep her, and then only when Ichalaskar is satisfied, then only the guy who has married, they can start their married life. Okay, this was going on. Then in 2000, one thing happened. Four guys, the eldest among them was 21 years old. They shoot Ichalaskar from point blank range and they killed him. They also got killed. Later on in the event of incident, also got killed. But they killed Ichalaskar and they like put an end to his terror. Okay. See, we Bengali Hindu, we have left our land in Bangladesh, but we could not leave our religion. Religion is not only some rituals for us, it is a heritage for us, it is our culture, it is within our blood. So we could not leave that. We could have, like those who came, the refugees, very easily could have got converted and stayed in East Pakistan or now Bangladesh, but they did not do that. So for religion, they left their land for the religion, but they did not leave their religion for the land. So this is kind of gene the Bengali Hindus are carrying in their blood. So definitely there will be an end to this terrorism, and whoever it should, the likes of Sheikh Shahjahan or Icha Laskar will get punished someday or other by some means.
Devjani, would you like to add to this?
Actually, it is, I really think that, like before the Bengali Hindus, if you look at the Bengali Hindus antecedents, then yes, it is the Bengali Hindus who had, like, went to the corridor of the writers' building to shoot at the British officers, right? So Bengali Hindus has done in the past also. Maybe they will do it also in the future. But it is very sad for the Indian state to push Bengali Hindus to this corner. That the Indian state is not on a preventive action. That the judiciary doesn't think it to be important. A prevention, not a therapeutic action, but a preventive action. That was a more civilized, that would have been a more civilized approach. But that is not being done. It's not Manipur. So that is a very sad state of affairs. Actually, it puts me down, and that's all that I want to say. It puts me down like anything. The Indian judiciary, the Indian system puts us it has India as a state has not done justice to Bengali Hindus as yet, because we lost our land for no fault of ours, and we are still suffering, struggling on our own land, and Indian state is actually inactive, so to say, inactive, not doing anything much. So that should be done. That much only I want to say.
Thank you so much to both of you for joining us today. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.